The president and Republican Party, they're always talking about voter fraud, voter fraud. You know, I'm not going to get conspiratorial, but I'm going to ask a question. Uh, where did 74 million people come from to support a Donald Trump? Does that sound real to you? Most of his support really came from a particular sector. Do you really think there's 74 million people willing to support what this guy stands for? I mean, if there is a question whether one would question the amount of votes a particular party got, I think that is where the concern really would be. Look, Democrats overperformed, unfortunately, based on how districts were drawn in certain areas. That overperformance went for naught when it came to the House of Representatives. But getting back to the point at hand, GOP, the president, they're always talking about voter suppression, or not voter suppression, they're always talking about voter fraud, voter fraud. But anytime we find it, somehow it has to do with Republicans. Here's a new one. Here at the Daily Kos, Florida GOPer tries to commit voter fraud in Georgia runoff. And what did he do? I want you to listen to what he did, and then we'll take it on the other side. Check this out, and then you'll see what I'm talking about.
Have to do whatever it takes. And if that means changing your address for the next 2 months, so be it. I'm doing that. I'm moving to Georgia. Have to do whatever it takes. And if that means changing your address for the next 2 months, so be it. I'm doing that. I'm moving.
Okay, so this guy, this was reported on the Daily Kos, and it says, in an example of excellent investigative journalism, Atlanta's Channel 2 uncovered an attempt by a Florida GOPer to commit voter fraud in Georgia's January runoff. Bill Price is seen in a now deleted Facebook Live video speaking to the Bay County GOP members in Florida on November 7. We absolutely have to hold the Senate, and we have to start fighting back, and we have to do whatever it takes, Price said in the video. And if that means changing your address for the next 2 months, so be it. I am doing that. I am moving to Georgia, and I am going to fight, and I want you all to fight with me. And then he said he was joking, but of course, when they checked, apparently he was registered at his brother's home in Florida, in Georgia. So we always hear about voter fraud and voter fraud by Democrats. What it's called, people, is projection. That is the height of projection. What do I mean? The thing that they know they are doing, they want to project that onto others as if others are doing the same thing too. So don't believe any of the crap. Remember who we find in these days doing most of the cheating. We saw it in North Carolina when that guy, I don't know if he went to prison yet, but he was found getting a whole lot of ballots and putting it in. And we see it all in Pennsylvania when the Secretary of State of Texas says, I will give $1 million if you can find voter fraud. The Secretary of State of Pennsylvania found 2 instances of voter fraud in Pennsylvania. They were both conducted by Republicans voting for Trump. So let's get real. Projection is this voter fraud thing, and they're making a big issue out of it. Donald Trump with his sycophants and enablers. And the fact of the matter is the cheating is generally on their side. Now, I ask the question one more time. Is that 74 million votes that Donald Trump received in the election more than any other president ever received in this country except for Joe Biden? Is that real? Was there voter fraud there? I think that is where the question really belongs. If Donald Trump really got 74 million votes. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.